Bro, what is this production? Oh! Oh my god. That nigga got his brain.
And the thing that I really appreciate about Tank is he's a dog. That kind of that what he just said. You can put them earmuffs up and go at it. He kind of will assess you as well in whatever he needs to do.
Jake Paul has finally responded to the viral training footage of Gervonta "Tank" Davis, and the internet can't stop talking. The new clips show Tank looking sharper, faster, and more dangerous than ever, unleashing explosive combinations with unmatched precision. Fans are calling it the best version of Davis they've ever seen, sparking debate over whether he's entering the prime of his career. Jake's reaction quickly made headlines, adding even more fuel to the growing hype around this potential showdown.
Something else that's unfortunate is the idea that Jake Paul might actually fight Gervonta "Tank" Davis. This can't be real. When it came up a couple of months ago, I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna cover this because there's no way there's no way they're really gonna do that because it makes no sense. Why would you do that for him? Outside of it, like, okay, you can look at it like an exhibition, which it will be, and we'll take a look at some of the rule set for it. But Gervonta Davis is one of, if not the best, biggest names at 135 pounds and is an active in his prime fighter. I don't want to hear the similar to Floyd and Logan thing because at that point, Floyd was retired. Floyd had done all he needed to do in the sport. Tank is still in his prime, still has multiple high-level opponents that he needs to fight. And you can say, oh, you know, the Jake would be a one-off. Side quest. That's fine, but that just tells me that Tank doesn't care about being a high-level champion in the sport.
Gervonta Davis has built his dominance in the lighter weight divisions, usually competing around 133 to 135 pounds and never officially crossing 140 in a pro fight. Jake Paul, on the other hand, is a natural cruiserweight, often stepping into the ring close to 200 pounds. That's not a small difference. It's multiple weight classes apart. And when the gap is that big, it's not just about skill anymore. The heavier fighter often brings more power, more durability, and a stronger ability to absorb punches. In a matchup like this, it becomes a test of who can take the pressure, handle the hits, and still stay sharp enough to win. Carmel Martin recently reflected on a sparring session he had with Gervonta Davis when he was around 15 or 16 years old. He admitted he was nervous going in, but said the match quickly turned into a technical chess game. Instead of trying to overpower him, Davis focused on timing, speed, and precision. Martin explained that while Tank's strength was clear, what stood out most was his control and skill. The two exchanged movement, angles, and rhythm throughout the session. He described it as both challenging and enjoyable, a valuable learning experience that helped shape him as a fighter.
What was it like when you sparred him? I know you sparred Tank early on.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. Like, you coming out of it, what was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really like trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going like, he was using the speed on me. Like, we was both like going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match.
Did you understand in that moment like why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys. Then I also seen why I'm so like I got all this hype around me too.
Sean Porter.
Sean Porter has come to Gervonta Davis's defense after criticism over his exhibition fight with Jake Paul. Porter explained that people are missing the real point. This fight isn't about legacy, it's about longevity. Since it's an exhibition, the risks are controlled and the main focus is entertainment and financial security. He stressed that fighters have short careers and must take opportunities that guarantee stability for themselves and their families. In Porter's view, Tank isn't selling out. He's being smart, ensuring his future while still giving fans something exciting to watch.
They're trying to make it safer and, you know, all those sorts of things, but there's still this pureness to boxing that really doesn't exist in sports anymore, but it's still there with boxing. I think that's why people have such a problem with this kind of move from Tank Davis.
Is it more the heart? How do you guys feel being boxers? Man, like once you hear the numbers, I'm like, they're talking like I don't know the official one. They're talking about like 100 mil.
Oh, damn.
Like, they're talking about these insane numbers. Like I'm gonna be like, don't take that. I'm not gonna tell another man not to take that type of check, especially for something like that. It's not on your official record. It's an exhibition. I'm not gonna lie here and act like I'm not gonna say yes to 100 million or something like that. But I do see exactly what you're saying about the essence of boxing. I wish they would kind of separate a little more because exhibitions have always been a thing. There's always been an argument.
Right.
But they're just selling it like a real fight almost.
Right.
So I think that maybe if we could create a better like distinction, the more of a difference.
Right.
There might be less hate on it, but at the end of the day, man, I'm not gonna tell Tank not to take that fight.
And I said this last year. I said create a influencer title. And let those guys fight over there in the influencer world. They can live the world and the life of I'm a world champion without having to do something like this. Now, the issue for this that I have is you have a legitimate 135-pound champion fighter getting in the ring with a 190-pound guy, whatever it is that Jake Paul is at. So now we already let's really.
Many experts argue that despite all the excitement, the massive weight difference turns this matchup into more of a spectacle than a real boxing contest. Even promoters seem aware of the risk, adding safety measures like a 195-pound catch weight, bigger gloves, and labeling it as an exhibition. For most observers, it's not about size. It's about skill. Gervonta Davis has shared the ring with world-class opponents, while Jake Paul is still developing his craft. Analysts imagine Davis using his speed, precision, and timing to slip inside and make Jake look lost, even with the size advantage.
Size gap.
Be common about it. My question is, what's the rules? And like, are they gonna actually try and knock each other out? Because it's gonna be a glorified sparring match. I'm not watching, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Jake's gonna have a hard time hitting him.
Yeah,
You know,
big time. Gervonta's so fast and skilled.
Gervonta's gonna eat his.
I thought
guts.
Jake was gonna fight Anthony Joshua. That seemed.
No, that was actually getting.
That is
sounded
the
more
craziest
interesting.
idea I've ever heard. Jake Paul trying to fight Anthony Joshua is, crazy.
Not a sanctioned professional bout. This means the fight will not count towards either fighter's professional records.
So it's still being finalized.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like
So
that.
what is so behind the scenes? You think there are things like, hey, we
Yes.
don't punch each other in the jaw?
Yep. Or don't go. We can punch in the face, but don't go for broke. Like, don't knock me out.
Really?
It's an exhibition.
That's
so
not
they
very
can get away
interesting
with
to
it.
me.
No. Until I find the rule sets, but when I hear exhibition, I'm like, okay.
Jake is bodied up, man.
He's big.
Yeah,
Probably has 100 pounds on Gervonta.
maybe. I'd say Gervonta probably walks at 150.
Oh, he's so small.
He's so small. I mean, he's really small. Bring up Gervonta Davis next to Floyd Mayweather, because I've seen Floyd in person, and he's tiny. You've seen Floyd in person.
I worked with Gervonta and Floyd.
Tiny.
Well, Floyd likely has shoes on there.
Oh, dude, he's so small.
He's tiny, guys.
Yeah. I mean, he's so small. Wow.
Chael Sonnen recently voiced his disappointment over Jake Paul's decision to pivot from a potential matchup with Anthony Joshua to Gervonta Tank Davis. Sonnen called it a missed opportunity, saying Joshua offered a far bigger storyline and global appeal. He explained that while Tank is an elite fighter with real credentials, he isn't known for promoting fights or building hype the way Jake does. According to Sonnen, Davis lets his performances speak for themselves, but without Paul's marketing push, the event wouldn't carry the same buzz. In his eyes, this fight's success depends more on Jake's ability to sell it than the matchup itself.
The opposite of fighting Anthony Joshua is not fighting nobody. The opposite of fighting Anthony Joshua is fighting Tank Davis. Okay, so there's one big glaring issue for me. It's just your partner being Tank Davis. Tank is not the guy that knows how to sell a fight. Tank cannot sell a fight in his own division. It could be a title fight, a contenders fight, a main event fight. He could be the favorite, he could be the underdog. Tank doesn't know how to bring that information to you guys in a way that is compelling. And Tank is already blinking in this situation. You have one guy who is argued amongst the pound for pound current greats in boxing. You have another guy that has suggested he should not even be allowed to box, that he should have to call it something different. He should not be licensed. He should not be ranked in the top 14. He should never be selected for a world title. Okay. Now, Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport.
Meanwhile, Davis's view of Jake Paul has clearly evolved. At first, Davis dismissed Paul as no more than a loud.
Over time, Gervonta Davis's opinion of Jake Paul has noticeably changed. In the beginning, Davis saw Paul as nothing more than a loud, attention-hungry entertainer who had no place in serious boxing discussions. He often mocked Paul's confidence and brushed off his challenges. But as Paul started training harder, improving his technique and proving his dedication to the sport, Davis's stance softened. He's since acknowledged Paul's discipline, toughness, and effort inside the gym. While Davis still doesn't see him as an elite-level boxer, he's now more open to the idea of stepping into the ring with him,